The beautiful part about our human nature is that we are all different. We all see the world differently. We all think differently. We act differently. Writing is at its best when one can openly express his or her personality on paper. This section is designed to help you understand how to find and express your voice in your own writing. We will look at what voice does in your writing, how to use it to involve the reader, and how to use your voice to paint a picture and narrate. So why is voice important? Expressing your voice in your writing creates individuality and entertainment for the reader to enjoy. Think of Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan. They are both named Michael, right? But they are clearly very different people. It would be hard to mistake the king of pop as a basketball legend because we know who they are. A good paper leaves the mark of your own character on the printed page, making your paper different from any other. Voice is determined in two ways, by the writer's organization and by his or her word choice. Organization is the way you order your thoughts. This creates a sense of importance and shows the reader what you value. Word choice is simply which words you choose to express your ideas. Charge and run mean basically the same action, but portray different images to the reader. A more subtle example of the difference between words could be explain and expound. Explain gives the image of people learning about a topic they are unfamiliar with. Expound implies that the person already knew at least a little bit about the topic and now is learning more. Every word expresses your voice and emotion and conveys a different meaning. The difference between a nervous character and a mad character rests in one word choice. When thinking about voice, it is important to understand the difference between voice and tone. Voice is all about attitude. Are you being serious or sarcastic? Are you being humorous or are you just relaying the facts? Tone is about how you feel about the topic. Are you happy or mad? Are you excited or bored? Picking the right tone and voice are important parts of conveying your message clearly and effectively. So which voice is right? As every culture has proper etiquette, every essay has an appropriate voice. Audience and purpose will influence your voice and tone. For example, if your audience is the general public and your purpose is to entertain, your voice and tone will be casual or lighthearted. But if you used slang or humor in a research paper, now that would take away from the professionalism. Let's take a look at a few examples of good voice and tone in writing. Here's an example of casual or informal writing. Today's Special by David Sedaris. It is his birthday, and Hugh and I are seated in a New York restaurant awaiting the arrival of our 15-word entrees. He looks very nice, dressed in a suit and sweater that have always belonged to him. As for me, I own only my shoes, pants, shirt, and tie. My jacket belongs to the restaurant and was offered as a loan by the matron, who apparently thought I would feel more comfortable dressed to lead a high school marching band. I'm worrying the thick gold braids decorating my sleeves when the waiter presents us with what he calls a little something to amuse the palate. Roughly the size and color of a Band-Aid, the amusement floats on a shallow, muddy puddle of sauce and is topped with a sprig of greenery. We can immediately recognize this selection as casual because of the voice. The tone suggested in phrases like, who apparently thought I would feel more comfortable dressed to lead a high school marching band, is funny and sarcastic, two feelings that often would not be found in formal writing and that often are found in David Sedaris' short stories. His tone and word choice combine to create a unique Sedaris voice, and similarly reflects his audience, entertainment-seeking middle-class Americans. James Horn's research article, Let's Not Lose Any Sleep, is an effective example of a strong voice employed in an academic paper, which is important for persuasive papers. Let's take a look at it. Is lack of sleep turning children into unteachable zombies, irritable at home and prone to obesity? Let's take a calm look at the facts, says Jim Horn. A great deal of anxiety is being expressed over children not getting enough sleep, usually because of lax bedtimes, watching too much TV, and playing video games. Teachers and parents worry sleep-deprived children will be too tired to perform at school and irritable at home. Scientists worry kids are becoming fat. According to research, sleep-deprived children are twice as likely to be obese. You notice that Horn's style is a bit blunt. He uses what may seem like casual words and phrases, unteachable zombies and kids are becoming fat, to pull the readers into his text while still maintaining an academic style by citing prestigious resources and providing enough information to lead us through his article and to the concluding thesis. His article, published in New Science, is directed towards an educated audience looking for the entertaining and interesting research discoveries in science. Catherine Hill's example, however, is still an article on sleep's relation to healthy child development, but has a very different voice. This is a very clear example of an elevated academic paper. Practitioner Review: Effective Treatment of Behavioral Insomnia in Children by Catherine Hill. Sleep disorders are remarkably common in childhood, with up to a quarter of all children experiencing difficulties at some time. Up to a third of preschoolers have difficulty settling to sleep or waking at night, and, left untreated, these problems may persist until later childhood. Certainly there is evidence that sleep disorders are underrepresented in professional training curricula. Despite this historical neglect, childhood sleep disorders are emerging literally and metaphorically from the shadows, as evidence accrues both for the importance of healthy sleep in childhood and the adverse consequence of poor quality sleep on children's well-being. This article will provide a brief introduction to healthy child development and review treatment approaches to behavioral insomnia in childhood, the commonest sleep difficulty presenting to practitioners. Hill has removed herself from her research. Notice she does not use first person when she talks about her thesis. Instead, she says, "This article will provide." This is clearly APA-style writing. She presents her facts professionally and presents her own ideas as new research in an organized and clear thesis statement located at the conclusion of her introductory paragraph. As you can see, voice tells the audience a lot about the paper and about you. As you grow in your ability to express your voice, you will become more effective in capturing your audience, persuading the reader to agree with and see your perspective, as well as expressing yourself in order to make the paper a reflection of you.